My name is Travis. I'm a Rails developer at CenterSource, and I'm going to give a talk today about hopefully how to be a good citizen in the tech community. It doesn't have to be a developer, it could be anybody. But first, a disclaimer, I'm not perfect. Some of you probably know me well enough to know that some of the things I'm going to go over, I've broken the rules. But I do try to live by the things that I'm telling you to do, so keep that in mind. First of all, I want to go over things you should try not to do. The first thing is making someone else feel stupid. This is by far the most important point I'm going to make in this talk. If you take nothing else away, at least try to live by that principle. Try to think about how you felt when you first started programming. When you encounter somebody who's less experienced or less knowledgeable than you, try to be respectful and kind to them. Don't be mean or make fun of anybody. It's always really a good idea to just live by the golden rule. So treat other people like you want to be treated. Proving how smart you are. I am going to assume that almost everybody in this room is a developer. If you're not, you work in some sort of technology. We're all smart. We have to be smart to do what we do. So everybody knows that you're already smart. There's no need to prove how smart you are all the time. I'm sure we've all been to a conference or a meetup or any kind of talk, and somebody in the group asks a question or makes a comment, not because they want to know the answer, but because they want everybody else to know how much they know. I hate those people. There's a difference between having people like you and respect you. And a lot of people are perfectly happy having one but not the other. I can tell you from personal experience, as someone who's both kind of liked and kind of respected, you can have both. Saying anything racist or sexist, if you guys have paid any attention to recent events, I shouldn't even have to say this. It's really important to remember that not everybody is the same as you. Not everybody has the same opinions as you do. Not everybody thinks the same as you. You might think that what you're saying is a joke or no big deal, but there's no way to anticipate how somebody else will react to your actions or your words. So it's a really good rule of thumb to just not say things that you think might be construed as racist, sexist, any other kind of ist. Especially around people you don't know. But like I said, if it's a good rule of thumb, just not say them. So now I've talked about things that you should avoid. These are some things that you should do. Educate. I really hate it when I ask a question to someone or I see a post on Stack Overflow and the first response is usually, "Why are you doing that?" Whenever you get asked a question, you see a peer doing something that could be improved, take the opportunity to actually educate them. Don't make fun of them. Don't make them feel stupid. Explain how it can be done in a better way. Don't condescend. Make sure you're respectful the whole time. I have no problem with somebody telling me my code is terrible because I write terrible code, as long as they don't make me feel stupid for writing the terrible code. Mentoring, which kind of echoes what Jason said earlier in his talk. This is, I feel, one of the best ways you can give back to the community. There are always new programmers that need guidance, someone to help point them in the right direction, give them more information about stuff. The Nashville Software School, it's been mentioned a couple times. It's a great place to find somebody to mentor. There's also tons of beginners who show up to meetup groups, who hang out in IRC channels, that could also benefit from somebody to mentor them. Contributing to open source. This is another excellent way to give back to the community. If you personally have some code or a library that solved a problem for you, I would highly recommend open sourcing it because you never know who else might benefit from seeing what you've done. And if you don't have code of your own, it's no problem. Find any library, gem, anything that you really like. Find it on GitHub if it's hosted there, or Bitbucket, I guess things might be hosted there, and scan their issues list. There's almost always at least some minor issues that the lead developer doesn't want to take time with, that you could jump in and help with little stuff. And it doesn't have to be writing code either. Almost every open source project could benefit from better documentation. So that's something you could do. Also, don't stop learning. You should always be trying to improve yourself. If you've mastered one subject or language, and I'm sure we've all done that once or twice, move on to something new. So always look for something new to learn.